Hello, my friends. It's Kerri back for another video. I'm an intuitive consciousness coach. And in today's video, I'm really excited. We're going to talk about positive stress and how to leverage it to grow your career. So I thought this was important to talk about because stress is so common in today's world. I wish it wasn't something that was so prominent, but it is. But the truth is, not all stress is bad. There is such thing as positive stress, also called eustress, which is the opposite of distress. Eustress or positive stress can actually enhance your skills and motivation. It can also help you achieve your goals if you know how to leverage it the correct way. And if you know what I'm talking about, positive stress and actually leveraging it, go ahead and put something in the comments because we always talk about negative stress and how to manage it and to, try to avoid it. The thing is, you can't avoid stress. It's going to happen. So let's talk about the difference. So negative stress, the one we know very, very well, distress, the same as dis-ease or disease. It causes all kinds of havoc on your body, your physical being, your mental health. You can feel overwhelmed, you can feel anxiety, sometimes even depression. You can have physical fatigue. Some people have issues with their heart that stress affects, hair loss, there's a whole list of things that negative stress can affect. On the other hand, positive stress, it's usually short term. Say if you have a project or a goal and you're trying to meet a deadline. So you are going to feel a little stress to meet that deadline, but it's motivating you to reach your goal. There she is. Or so positive stress or eustress leads to a more positive result. It's a motivator. It's moving you forward. You're excited. You have a deadline. You are bringing home this project, or you're doing a presentation. You worked really hard for it. You really want to deliver your best results. And this stress is motivating you. And at the end, the accomplishment you feel, it's amazing. But you wouldn't have gotten there if you didn't have this positive stress motivating you. Otherwise, you would just go in there and not care. Or the final product of your project would be probably a little crappy, for lack of a better word. But this positive stress motivated you to deliver big results. And there are several benefits when leveraging positive stress in the workplace. Things like increased productivity, boosting creativity, increased teamwork, being able to motivate yourself and others. In your personal growth, it helps you build resilience and confidence. There are probably a list of things that actually this positive stress actually helps you to do. That's just a few. Not too shabby though, is it? So that is why it's so important to be self-aware, to work on your consciousness, and recognize positive stress versus negative stress. So positive stress is going to be more short-term. It's going to be a duration of a project, or there's a deadline. For example, if you're buying a house, you know that you have a closing date. There might be some stress that comes along with getting the financials together, getting the paperwork together, which can be a long process. But at the end, you know that it's going to end up with this new home. It's the same in your career. If you have a big project coming that is at the end of the year, you know that building up to it, you're going to have to really work. You're going to have to focus with intention. You are going to put hours into it. You're going to put sweat equity in. You are going to bring creativity. But at the end, you have this final product that can actually help you grow your career and make a huge impact. And now you've experienced this success. Always assess your stress level. If you're trickling over into feeling overwhelmed, anxiety, you're losing sleep, you're starting to worry about things that have not happened yet, these are all signs of negative stress. So it is your responsibility to acknowledge them and take a step back. If you're feeling burned out, take some time for self-care. If you're feeling any of these symptoms, Take some time for some self-care. It could be anything that soothes you or brings you back to a happy place. It could be, getting outside, getting fresh air, talking to a friend about something that has nothing to do with your project or your career or anything like that. Talk about something that makes you laugh. It could be anything that makes you happy that is outside of what you've been so focused on. And most importantly, when you are in your off time, make sure you are off. So if you're working, 9 to 5, if that's what it is, and you don't shut off until you go to bed, you're still constantly going, you are headed for burnout. So it's very important that you stop and you take that time for you. Some practical steps that you can take. Set really clear goals that align with your specific gifts and talents. As always, we've talked about it before, I always encourage a growth mindset because it does keep you open to new opportunities. It keeps you more expanded and not in this closed, contracted, fear-based thinking, which is very dangerous and can lead to all the things we talked about, the burnout, the anxiety, the feelings of fatigue, overwhelm. The list goes on and on. So growth mindset, thinking about what could be instead of thinking in terms of limits, can make such a difference. Always practice time management because your time is precious. It's important. But it's very important to take care of yourself too. And also celebrate the small wins. It matters. These little small wins build up to a final outcome. So celebrate them, whatever that looks like for you. It will encourage you along the way and stay in that positive stress or the eustress state. And also just a special shout out to anybody who is a manager. If you are managing other people, look out for your team. Hopefully you've built relationships strong enough that you can tell if somebody is feeling negative stress or they're just excited about what's coming next. It is your responsibility to check in with them, making sure they're taking care of themselves. Ask them, check in to see how are they feeling about the project, how are things going, is there anything that you can help them with. It will make all the difference and start ease stress levels. And whatever they tell you, listen to them. Don't discount it. We never discount somebody else's experience. Just listen to what they're telling you. And if there's something that you can do to help them. It will go a long way. So I hope that brings some light to what positive stress is and how it can positively affect you, your career, and the business. It is not always a bad thing to feel stress. It is a bad thing if you let it go to a negative distress place. But if you leverage positive stress, you can create a more positive, productive environment, therefore growing your career and your success. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if this is resonating with you at all. I love hearing from you. I am wishing you the best of luck in your career. And until next time, bye-bye.